welcome back to another episode of Mindset Monday. I'm Amy Ramsey, a business coach and mindset mentor, and every Monday I bring you, new entrepreneurs and coaches, advice and tips, tricks, how-tos on how to really develop a strong mindset so that you can create a six-figure business and have amazing freedom. Because at this point, you probably recognize that the business strategy isn't the hardest part about owning your own business. The hardest part is really the mindset. So that's why I'm here every Monday. And if you want to be able to get these tips every single week, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And today what I want to talk to you about is if you have this nagging belief that you don't think you can really do this. So this came up the other day when I was on the phone with a previous client, and we were just connecting, talking about some different things. I was asking him what's been going on since we worked together, and he was telling me how, he's like, Amy, there's still so much fear. He's like, I still just have so much fear. And when we dug a little bit deeper, what I discovered is that at the bottom of all of that, despite our work together, despite doing a ton of visioning exercises, despite, having a very clear why, the piece that is holding him back is that he doesn't truly believe he can have this life or that he can do it. And I know that's going on for you, and I know that's going on in this community. I see it come up with my clients all the time. So you can do all of the vision boarding and all of the visioning exercises you want, but if you still have this belief, it's going to continue to hold you back. So what I want to give you today is a way to work through that belief so that you can begin to transform it. So, your exercise for today. I want you to think about someone you admire who has the business and the lifestyle you want. Okay, so this is a key piece though around also the lifestyle, because there are plenty of people out there that, probably don't really have the lifestyle you want. So if you want to be somebody who is a nomad and traveling all over the place, make sure you're really looking at someone who has the business and also has the location independence. Also make sure, maybe you're a mom and you want to really look at, okay, who's somebody that I admire who is also a mom and she has the lifestyle that I want to be able to spend with my kids. So a really great way to do this is to actually pick 3 people. So they don't all have to have every single little thing. For instance, I'm not a mom, yet I think many of my clients using me would be a great example here. So the idea is pick 3 people. So 3 people you admire who have the business and lifestyle that you want. What you're going to do is write down all of the traits and characteristics that you see them as having. Okay? So even if you don't know them personally, what are those things you admire about them? What are the reasons that you think they have an amazing business? So some of the things I've heard my clients say about me are things like, you're really ambitious, you're very organized, you're creative, you're driven, you can really be aggressive to go for your goals, you're really connected with your why. So really looking at those 3 people that you chose and just write down all of the traits and characteristics that you're like, you know what, this person really embodies that and I admire them for it. That's step 1. What you're going to do now is look at that list and write down all of the traits that you also have. Okay, so it's a really good idea to do this in columns and have like 3 columns on your piece of paper. So the first column is all of the traits that these 3 people have. And then the next column you're going to build is all of the traits that you see on the left side of your page that you also have. And go through and write those down. And yes, some of them, they will be there. Yes, you possess some of these exact same traits. So what I want you to do with that is, of course, praise yourself, brag about yourself, look at the progress that you have made, and look at those amazing characteristics that you have that are the exact same things that these successful people have. And, you know, bragging is one of the biggest things that I think new entrepreneurs are terrible at. And it's one of the biggest ways to help build your confidence. So I know it sounds weird and it could sound a bit, you know, out of the box and uncomfortable for you if you're not used to doing this, but I promise you it will work. So then the next step, in the last column, what we're going to look at is those qualities that those people have that you think you don't have. Okay? So the third column, you're looking at what's left, right? So in the second column, you have the things that match. The third column is going to be what isn't matching. What are those qualities that you see those three people having that you yourself don't think you possess? And this is not a time to beat yourself up. This is not a time to get judgmental or have guilt, shame, blame, none of that. Because what we're doing here is we're actually empowering you. Because what's really, really cool about these items in this third list are they are all traits and skills and characteristics that you can actually cultivate within yourself. You can learn how to be that type of person. I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you it's true. If you think about it, like political candidates, they can learn to be more charismatic, right? Couples, they learn to listen to each other better. So if you think somebody's a really great listener, but you don't think you are, guess what? It's a skill you can learn. Same goes for, you know, speaking. Maybe you want to speak on stages. Guess what? There are a ton of public speaking coaches out there. And why? It's because speakers work on their stage presence with them. So they're all things that can be learned. So that is the biggest thing I want you to realize about this list. So rather than going to seeing yourself as completely different or separate from those people, I want you to really look at, wow, like these are all things that these people have learned how to be. And yes, sometimes we have natural inclinations to, you know, certain traits, but they can be learned. I promise you that they can be learned. Everything that I listed earlier to you that my clients say about me, guess what? That's not who I was 4 years ago. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind that my clients now see me as that way, because what that tells me is that I have done so much work and self-development on myself that I'm now one of those people that they think I possess something that they don't have. And it's simply not true. It's simply not true, because even if I do have a certain characteristic that they think they don't have, guess what? They can learn it. And so can you. So the next step, where do you go with this? Continue to brag about all of those successful traits that you do have. Continue to cultivate those. And then what I want you to do is that last list, those traits that you think successful people have that you don't have, pick out 3. So just pick out 3. And there is a reason I'm saying 3, and your inclination might be to pick out 5, pick out 1, pick out 3, okay? Just take a moment to follow the coaching here, okay? Pick out 3 that you want to work on for the next 90 days. And then you're going to look at, okay, how are you going to work on it? How are you going to embody these traits? So maybe it's a class or a training. Maybe it's asking someone you know who has that skill to share with you, you know, why do they think they're great on stage, right? You might know somebody in your life that you're like, they don't ever seem scared of public speaking, and yet I'm super fearful to get in front of a camera or post on Facebook or talk to potential clients. Look for those people in your life that can help you develop those traits, and just to have them share with you what that's like for them. You know, maybe it is hiring a mentor to help you skill up in this area. So I mentioned before, there's a lot of public speaking coaches, for instance. Maybe that's something you really, really know you need to take your business to the next level right now. And it is going to require more commitment, and it's going to require that investment in finding a mentor to help you. The other big thing is, finding a community. Finding a community where it's the biggest thing that people are working on. So for instance, I have a running group, and I have a running community, I have a running coach. So obviously all of us there are working on our endurance training, and we're working on improving our times. And even more so than that, we're working on things like commitment and grit and a whole list of other things. But it's my community, right? And so by putting myself in that community, I am getting help with my endurance and training and different times. So look at that and really determine how are you going to improve these areas for yourself. And I know one of the things that happens in these cases is sometimes we look at these 3 things and we say, okay, that's great, and then we put them aside. I really want you to commit. It's only 90 days. It's only 3 months. It's really from now until the end of this year. And if you commit to it for 90 days, you will see results. So I hope this helps you see that even if you have this belief that I can't do this, or, I possess something that you don't have, or that person that you've been watching online who you love, who just seems like they have the most amazing life and business ever, and honestly, you're a bit jealous inside. I hope what this is showing you, this Mindset Monday tip is showing you, Buddy's excited about it. I hope that what this is showing you is that I actually don't possess anything different than you. And even if it's true that maybe my skills are a bit higher level than yours right now, they are something you can learn. We can create ourselves. We can create ourselves to be the type of coach and CEO that we want to be, and it's exactly what I've done in my business, and it's exactly what you can do in yours. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear how this has helped you transform, and I particularly want to hear your stories about how this helps you really see and really believe that yes, this is a possibility for you. Yes, this is something that can happen for you. So again, I'm here every Monday with a Mindset Monday tip. Feel free to subscribe to this channel and post below. I would love to hear from you. And if you have other limiting beliefs or questions or things that are related to your mindset in business, I would love to shoot a video and address them for you. So feel free to write below with your question, and we will take care of that for you. All right, have an amazing week, and thank you for being here. And remember, you can do this. You actually have everything you need. You do have the power to create the business and the life that you want. Much love.